Good morning, Chinwe. Thank you so much for joining. Chinwe Mokede. Thank you for joining.
We are Biafra, nothing more, nothing less. You are welcome to land of rising sun. There is a land that is full of natural resources. Pretending we did us during colonization. No, we are generous and industrious. Naturally,
Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Please share on your platform as you join. Share.
Anywhere you from, around the world, come and see.
Share the broadcast on your platform. Share on your WhatsApp group. Any WhatsApp group you belong, share the broadcast there. Keep on sharing and also click like as you join the like. You're welcome, my brother Ben Maxwell. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you, bro. Nejika Kajetan, thank you so much for joining, Kajetan. Ikenna Ede, thank you so much for joining, Ikenna Ede. I appreciate everybody that have joined. Please share the broadcast on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to any platform that you belong. Keep sharing. James Obiora, thank you for joining. Please like the video as you join. Like the broadcast. Click like. Biafra FE Tech, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Click like the broadcast. Please like as you join. You like and share. Like and share on your own platform, any place you belong. Before we proceed.
Welcome to Biafra. Everybody see you are welcome.
Click like as you join. Like and share. Like and share. Share on your own platform. Any WhatsApp group where you belong, please share. That is the only support you can give to me here. You share. When you share, you get people involved. You are encouraging me and you are encouraging the struggle. Thank you, Chidex. Thank you for joining, Chidex. You're welcome. Please like the broadcast and share as you join. Like and share.
what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our coming. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isobo. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time.
You see?
All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in Sosine Bigebi. He said,
Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate everybody who has been able to connect with me this evening. I thank you so much and I appreciate you. I welcome you all who has been able to join me this evening. Any place you are joining from, if you're joining from Biafra land, you're joining from Asia, you're joining from Europe, from America, from Australia, whichever part of the world you are joining from. You are joining from New Zealand. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect you and secure you. Wherever you have joined, please, as you join the platform, kindly share the video. Share the broadcast, share it on your own platform. That is the only thing you can be able to do here to support me and support the struggle. As you are sharing, you are actually playing a very important role. As I always say, those of us who are making our broadcast online on the convention, on social media, most of the time they don't send our notification to our viewers. They suppress our views and make sure that people don't hear from us. But when you support us, when you help to share the videos, when you help to share the information, they have no choice than to give notification and people will join. That is why it is important that when you join the platform, you click like and you share. That is how we can be able to overcome it. The struggle that we are up against, what we are fighting against people who have the connections and money. They have everything in their hands. But the only way we can overcome them is when we work hand in hand together, when we team up together, we support each other, and we continue to roll. That is how we can be able to overcome them. I appreciate everybody that have connected. My brother, the Maxwell, I see you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Chris Odinze, thank you so much for joining. Amuku, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Chimwe, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for joining. Any place you are joining from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect everybody who is contributing to this very struggle. Everybody who is paying attention, who is doing one or two things to make sure that we continue. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect you. Today we have come once again to encourage each other as we always do. We have come once again to talk to one another as we always do. We have come once again to push the information forward and make sure that we set the record straight. A lot of things have been happening, which every one of us have been seeing on media, in our social media, and they have seen so many informations coming out. And from what we see, when you see information that are coming out today, you begin to realize that everything that we have been saying are all the truth and nothing but the truth. Everything that we have been saying are nothing but the truth. Today, you have seen that finally, the Zoological Republic have ended and every man on his own. Every man to himself in the Zoological Republic today. That is what it is. When you hear the warning, after the warning that came from the United States, after the warning the United States about the terror attack in the Zoological Republic, you see chaos everywhere. All the foreign countries are removing their people from the Zoological Republic. Every foreign country is leaving. You know, sometimes when we bring these informations, people don't take it serious. Not until when you begin to hear it from foreign bodies. That's when you take it serious. We have been talking about the time that we're in. We've been talking about the situation that is happening. We're talking about it, but people continue to pretend. And you and I know that the Zoological Republic is a very a criminal country that is deaf and dumb, a deceitful country. That is how they will continue to deceive their citizens, deceive the citizens until they fall into trap. You have had the terror attack. After you have had a terror warning attack, when the terror warning has come, instead of them to do the needful, instead of them to begin to protect what they're doing, they are trying to down the situation. They are trying to play down the situation. Go to their conventional media. Go to the conventional media. What the Zoological Republic is saying, they are trying to play down on the information that is coming from the United States. They try to play down the information to pretend as if nothing is happening when we know that there is danger. And I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama. That is why I tell you that I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. These are people who are working with time created by Chukwu Okike Abiyama himself. Working with time made available by Chukwu Okike Abiyama himself. That is why every time when I remember Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama for giving us Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and how far he has taken us. And I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu anointing Mazi Simon Ekpa to continue. And I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama on behalf of Mazi Simon Ekpa what he's doing today. The situation that we are in today, the situation you are seeing that is happening today, this is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw far back, very long time ago. And Chukwu Okike Abiyama used Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to begin to prepare us for today. But it's so painful that even at this particular point in time, some people are still in that Zoological Republic and they are blind about the situation. Even at this critical time, that people are running helter-skelter, there are still people in the Zoological Republic, when you call them and tell them about the situation, they don't believe it. They seem not to understand. Every country that has people in Nigeria are taking their people out, mainly diplomats. People are moving out from the Zoological Republic. United States is pulling out their citizens. Australia is pulling out their citizens. Canada is pulling out their citizens. United Kingdom is pulling out their citizens from the Zoological Republic because they have seen what is about to happen. But it is so painful. It is so painful. You see why every well-meaning person, well-thinking person, if you are an indigenous person in that country from Nigeria, it's why you must begin to look for a way to get out of that trap before you are being captured. You must begin to look for a way to break that contraption called Nigeria because they have no plan for you and I. They have no plan for you. And each time when I say it, I say that our freedom is not in the hand of any man or woman, not in the hand of the United Nations, except in your own hand, in my own hand. The security and freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in your hand and in my hand, not in the United Nations, not in US or UK or whatever. These people are about themselves, their own personal interest. But do you blame them? Do you blame them? Of course, you have to put yourself first before another person. Every normal human being, no matter how you pretend, you put yourself first before anything else. That is how people reason. In this planet Earth, you can lie about it, you can pretend about it. People put themselves first. They put themselves first before anything. So when you see these international communities and you see this United States and US and UK putting themselves first, don't blame them. What you have to do is to stand up yourself and defend yourself and protect yourself. That is what you're supposed to do as human. If you still have blood running in your vein, if you still have some senses, common sense in you, what you have to do is to stand up and stand firm and begin to do what you are supposed to do to protect yourself. Of course, they are concerned about their citizens, not about you. They are concerned, the United States is concerned about their citizens, not about you. The security alert they gave was to their citizens, not to you. That you had it is an advantage for you to prepare yourself for what is about to happen. It's an advantage for you to prepare yourself. The alert was given to their people. In their embassies, they are evacuating Nigeria. All their citizens in Nigeria are evacuating for an impending doom. United Kingdom, the same thing. Australia, the same thing. Canada, the same thing. They are all evacuating from the zone. Please, as you are watching, like the video, click like. Click like, very important. Please click like so that we can be able to reach up. Click like. You see the terror attack. They gave the terror attack. The terror notice alert was given to their citizens to protect their citizens. And when you see that their interest is on themselves, that is why you must stand up and protect yourself. Defend yourself and protect yourself by any means possible. At least they have done well by telling you that self-defense is your right. Self-defense is your right and you have to defend yourself. Meanwhile, people that have a reasonable country, people that have responsible country are protecting their citizens, protecting and making sure that citizens are safe, building a stand for their citizens, and that is what they're doing. That is why you see the alert you saw in Nigeria. They gave the alert, but instead of the people in the Zulu Republic using that as an advantage to protect themselves, they are using that as a blackmail and attack. And they are pretending, telling the people everything is well. They are telling people that everything is well. Everything is well where? Everything is well where? Meanwhile, all their military outfits, they are in Biafra land. All their military that they used to protect Abuja or Lagos, they are in Biafra land. Busy chasing ESN. Busy chasing innocent people. And they are telling you nothing will happen. Nnamdi Kanu said it, and I want you to remember. Nnamdi Kanu said that as they leave their own place to come and occupy Biafra land, as they open up their land, leave their land to come and occupy their land, that the terrorists will take over their land, that they will not have a home to return to. That is what Nnamdi Kanu said, and it is happening today. Nnamdi Kanu said in one of his brokers that as they move into Biafra land to destroy lives, to take innocent life, that as they open their flanks, that terrorists will take over their land. And before they return, it will be too late. It will be too late. And that is exactly what is happening today. Because they have opened the space for terrorists in the north, the terrorists have been so emboldened in the north that today they have surrounded Abuja and they want to take over Abuja. They want to take over Abuja. You see, when we are talking about the Afghanistan scenario, when we say it, people think it's a play, they think it's a blackmail, it's a propaganda. But you are seeing it playing out. The Afghanistan scenario is about to play out in the Zulu Republic. It is about to play out. And who is going to stop them? If the terrorists decide to take over Abuja, take over Asorock, who is going to stop them? Is it their leader in Asorock? Is it the terrorist leader in Asorock? Is it one that's going to stop them? And why you must have to pay attention is that somebody who is an insider have come on their national television to tell us that there are members of Boko Haram in Asorock. There are members of Boko Haram as senators. There are members of Boko Haram as governors. Most importantly, there are members of Boko Haram in Asorock. And tomorrow, if you wake up and hear a news that the terrorists have taken over in Asorock, are you going to be surprised? Are you going to be surprised? But I thank Chukwu that we are not waiting to hear that news. We are not going to wait to hear that news before we get out of this ship. And I thank Chukwu Biafrans are still working with the time. We are working with time. When you begin to see the rate, the speed that our Master Simon Eba is moving with Biafrans, the autopilot group, when you see the speed we are moving with, giving you a date of the coming of Biafra, you will know that something is happening in the spiritual world. When you say Biafra is a spirit, some people just say it by saying it. When you say Biafra is a spirit, it has a deep meaning, deep meaning. If you are a genuine Biafra activist, if you are a genuine Biafra activist, everything you will do, everything you will say will be directed by Chukwu Okabia himself at the right time. You will be working with time, just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu works with time. When he started to establish the ESN, nobody knew that today is going to come. When he began to establish the ESN, when he got that plan to establish ESN, nobody knew it would get to this stage. When he started to call for people to sponsor a security outfit in Biafra land, they called him a madman. He went away, he went extra mile to establish that security outfit, the ESN. And today, you see what is happening. You see, even when they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down because he has stopped their Islamization, because he has stopped their fluoridation, they hold him down, thinking that they're going to stop. Still, they didn't know that Chukwu Okabia have used Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to anoint somebody else. And today, the person that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu anointed has now carried the responsibility, and he's moving with the speed. Moving with the speed, undeterred. Moving with a great speed. And he's not stopping. He's not stopping. They thought by holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it would be easy for them to overrun Biafra land. But let me tell you, they just made the wrong mistake. They just made the wrong calculation. And I tell you that everything works for good for them that love Chukwu Okabia. That is why you see, as they kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have fastened the coming of Biafra. And it has made the Biafrans to become much more alert than ever. And we are watching. Whatever drama they want to play in Abuja, Chukwu Okabia is going to protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and no finger will touch him. No finger will touch him. Whatever they are trying to orchestrate in that Abuja, whatever plan they have, Chukwu Okabia will be ahead of them, and everything they plan will turn against them. I said all things works for good to them that love Chukwu Okabia. Even when they make their plan, go and check. Every time they make a move against the Biafra people, it turns out to be positive on our own side. Every time they make a move against the Biafrans, it turns out for our own good, and it will never stop until Biafra comes. Whatever move they make, whatever plan they make, wherever they gather to orchestrate it, at the end of the day, it will turn for our good. I have said it time and time again. Stop waiting for Britain. Stop waiting for US. Stop waiting for the international communities. Do not wait for anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. Don't wait for anybody. Your life is in your hand. Your life is in your hand. You have to protect yourself. When you hear the tone of the Zulu Republic today, hear the tone of their government, what they are saying. To your tone, O Israel, all men to himself. Every man to himself. If you are in that Zulu Republic, what you have to do now is to be think. You begin to retreat. You need to retrace your step and begin to look at your group. What are they doing? Look at your own region. What is your region doing? What is their preparation? If you are from Oduduwa land, support the Oduduwa people and think of what the Oduduwa people are doing. Ask, what are they doing? Ask, what are they doing? Araza, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. Ask, what are they doing? Join them. If you are a Biafran, don't expect anybody to come and beg you. We are not begging anymore. Biafran, we are far, far, far ahead. Today is 128 days. 128 days to go, and we are mindful of time. When you see the warning that US is bringing and the warning that they're taking and the people are running, they know what is about to happen, and they don't care about you. You have seen it. That one is an example to show you that they care about themselves. They put themselves first before anything, and you don't blame them. That is why you, as you're watching me, you must put yourself first in anything you are doing. Put yourself first. That is how the world functions. You put your own interest first before any other thing. Put your interest first. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. It doesn't matter what they're doing. It doesn't matter whatever you hear. Your own issue should be first before any other thing. You're welcome, Arinze. Thank you for joining. You must not allow anybody to distract you. Do not allow anybody to distract you. Today, you can see what is happening. You see all the international communities, those that have their country, all the Western countries have, Western world that have their diplomatic mission in Nigeria, taking their people out of Nigeria. Taking their people out of Nigeria. Everyone of them is evacuating from Nigeria. And as they are evacuating, what is the Zoological people doing to hold the situation? They are doing nothing. The Zoological Republic, they are doing the instead. Lai Mohammed is on media, Lai Mohammed is on media attacking the United States for bringing out the information, insulting the United States for bringing out the information. Even though when they know that they themselves, even if they have information, they will never act on it. They can't get information. You give them information, they will never act on it. Because the information you are giving is to their favor. The people who want to take over the country is for their own favor. It is their plan. They are the one that orchestrate everything you are hearing. It is the government of the Zoological Republic that is planning it. The attack you are hearing, the attack of Abuja, take over Abuja, the takeover Abuja that is reigning now, that is making every diplomatic mission in Nigeria to leave. It is the government that is planning it. The government of Nigeria themselves, they are the one planning it for a reason, but not to them. But whatever be their reason of making that plan, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, no hair of his head must be touched. No hair of his head must be touched. Whatever thing they want to orchestrate in Abuja, whatever we were here when they told us that Kuje prison was broken. Terrorists in Abuja went and broke Kuje prison. What happened? None of them was caught. Nobody was shot. They did the operation successfully and they left. They left without any confrontation. They did the operation and they left without any confrontation. And you think it's a child's play. You think it is not business as usual. I say it and I say it again. Every information you hear is important at this particular point in time. Every information you hear is important. And I tell you, if you are a Biafran, thank your star. If you're a Biafran, thank Chukwu Okike Abiama who made you a Biafran. You should be proud that you're a Biafran. Because we are never late. We are never late. And Chukwu Okike Abiama have never left us, even in our stubbornness. Even in our stubbornness, after Chukwu Okike Abiama have punished us, he will still listen to us and come to our aid. That was why Chukwu Okike Abiama gave us Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Chukwu Okike Abiama knew what would happen and gave us Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu answered that call with his whole heart. He answered the call wholeheartedly, unmoving, unshaken. And since then, he has been building a foundation. And he laid a very strong and solid foundation to protect you and I. To protect you and I. In the process of building that foundation, he was kidnapped. And that is why he is still in DSS today. No matter whatever they plan, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must not be hurt. We cannot accept anything less than the healthy freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And they dare not try anything. They dare not try anything. Every one of us know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the DSS. In their DSS, one of the highest, the most secured place in the Zoological Republic, the DSS. The most secured place you can think of, that is where they kept Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The most secured place in that Zoological Republic, that's where they kept Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So, nothing must happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nothing must happen to him. Nothing must happen to him. And that is why we, the Biafran people, we will continue whatever we are doing. Anything we are doing to make sure that Biafra exists from the Zoological Republic, we will continue. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have laid the template for us. He have laid the foundation for us. And Chukwu Okike Abiama took him and gave him a rest. Chukwu Okike Abiama told him, sit back and stand by and see what the children that you have educated are doing. And today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the DSS, watching, listening, and seeing what is going on. Let me tell you, the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is not just a leader. He is our spiritual leader. And I believe strongly that Chukwu Okike Abiama speaks to him. Everything you and I are doing today outside, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is aware. Not because somebody told him, but the spirit in him reveals every single thing you see today. He reveals to him. He reveals to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is why you see, I love Mazi Simon Ekpa, the speed he's moving. He is not distracted. Mazi Simon Ekpa is not distracted 1 inch. He is not distracted with all the information, with all the fake news you are hearing everywhere, with all the information. He is not distracted. He is focused. Focus on the restoration of Biafra, which is the original freedom of Nnamdi Kanu that we desire. That is what Nnamdi Kanu wants from us. What Nnamdi Kanu wants from us is that freedom that is stainless. Biafra, that is what we are supposed to hand Nnamdi Kanu, hand it over to him as freedom. Anything short of that is not a freedom. Anything short of Biafra is not a freedom. And Mazi can understand that very well. He understands this. That is why he is building on the foundation laid by Nnamdi Kanu without looking back, without looking left and right, without stopping, without slowing down. Without slowing down an inch. Instead, he's increasing the speed. And that is what you are supposed to be doing. For a long time, we have been telling you to prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for things that are ahead. Prepare yourself. So why we are telling you to, why Biafrans we are being told to prepare themselves about the days ahead? Chukwu Okikabem already knew what was going to happen. He knew that this day of doom is going to come upon the Zoological Republic. Chukwu Okikabem knew, and he gave the Biafrans the inspiration, gave us that word to prepare ourselves. And Biafrans are prepared. Biafrans are prepared. Prepared, armed to the teeth. They bring their terror. We are living the Zoological Republic in 2023. We are living 128 days to go. 100. In fact, when you see, that's why I tell you sometimes that certain things that we don't see and we don't take serious, the Zoological Republic, the Janjaweed, the Caliphate, they see it and they take it serious. The coming of Biafra that some of you are looking at as a joke. When Master Samuel said that Biafra is coming in 128 days, some of you look at it as a joke. You begin to imagine how the Fulani is, the Janjaweed know that it is real. And that is why they are stepping up and speeding up whatever they want to do. That is why they are speeding up their own attack. And when we told you that there will be no election in Biafra land, you call this a flop. When we said there will be no election in Biafra land, you call it a joke. You can see it before your own very eye that election will not even hold in that Zoological Republic. Election will not hold in that Zoological Republic. From everything you are seeing that is unfolding gradually, from things that are unfolding on daily basis, you will begin to understand. You will begin to understand by yourself that anybody that is talking of election, I don't know how to describe those people. I don't know the word to use to describe them. But I thank Chukwu Okikabem. I thank Chukwu Okikabem that genuine Biafrans, legitimate Biafrans are prepared. They are prepared. They are preparing for this day. 128 days to go. If you are not preparing, start preparing yourself. 128 days to go. If you are not preparing, prepare yourself. It is not a joke. I say it in all my broadcasts that we have to thank Chukwu Okikabem for giving us men who know the value of time. For giving us men who can read time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reads time. There is time for everything. And there is time for everything on the planet Earth. And if you can be able to work with time, you will not be taken unawares. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was blessed with the use of time. And today, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is building on the foundation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the spokesperson of Biafra today, Mazi Simon Ekpa, knows the value of time. He knows the value of time. And he's working with time. That was why, when he told you, I know when Biafra will come, all hell broke loose. They thought it was a joke. They tell him, tell us the time, tell us the time. As we proceed, he has made a statement that in 128 days, 128 days ago, we are going to walk into Biafra. And they are still not happy. They are still fighting that word. They are fighting that word from all angles. They are starting again that word from all angles. But will it change anything? If you are a genuine Biafran, you are supposed to be happy that finally, we are going out of this demonetization. We are going out of this cage. That finally, we are going back to our home. Because we have been singing a joyful song in a strange land for a very long time. We can no longer sing a joyful song in a strange land. It is time for us to go home. And that time is now. All you need to do as a Biafran is key into the time that we're in. I say it and say it again. Continue to listen to Voice of Biafra. If you are watching from Biafra land, pay attention to Voice of Biafra radio. Voice of Biafra FM, 97.5 FM, Voice of Biafra. Pay attention to it. Follow Mazi Simon Ekpa on his Twitter handle. He is tweeting every hour. Information is coming. Every hour, information is coming. Follow him on his Twitter. Listen to his daily broadcast. Follow all the autopiloted group, all the autopiloted platform. Go there and get information, first class information. If you do, you'll be saved. Information is key. Information is power. It is very important. It is not a child's play. It's not a joke. You must be take every information that you hear today. Take it serious. Don't be like the zoo. Do not act like the zoo who want to deceive their slaves. They are deceiving their slaves. Even in the face of a threat, terrorist threat, in the face of the threat that every human being can see. In Nigeria that you know that is very, very insecure, all of a sudden you got a security alert of threat and you are denying it. You are playing it down. Instead of you doing something, you are playing it down. What does it show you? It shows you that they are in connivance with these people. And in case you think it's a joke, a general, former chief of army staff in that Zoological Republic said it. He said it, that the military is colluding with these people, these criminals, these terrorists. They are colluding. That you must defend your own self. General Danjuma said it. He still repeated the same thing recently. General Danjuma repeated the same statement. Even before this US warning came, General Danjuma have repeated that statement. That security, you must have to secure yourself. That the Zoological Republic is about to be taken over. A general, former chief of army staff, General Danjuma said it. But everybody called it a bluff. They didn't pay attention. And you still remember, for those of you who are forgetful, remember the message of Obodo Amelafia. Remember one of the toughest messages that Obodo Amelafia gave that made them to kill him. Why Obodo Amelafia lost his life, may his soul rest in peace. Why he lost his life? When he told us that in 2022, that the Fulanis are applying to wage war. That they are applying to unleash war. Obodo Amelafia said it on their national TV in black and white. And when he said it that he got it from the intel, from a top member of Boko Haram. Top officials of Boko Haram told it to him directly. That in 2022, that the Fulanis are planning to create war, to declare war in Nigeria. Some of us suddenly forgot it. Some of us pretend as if it never happened. General Danjuma said it, that the military are colluding with these people, that everybody must rise up to defend themselves. And General Danjuma repeated the same thing a few days ago. Before this terror alert from US came, General Danjuma said it again. Nobody's paying attention. General Danjuma was one of the criminals that fought against Biafra. He's one of the criminals that is stealing the oil of Biafra. But yet, today, the whole thing have turned around. Those people that fought against Biafra today, their own city is being taken over. His own people are being killed and destroyed. And he can't be silent anymore. Chukwu Okike Abiama is speaking even through the mouth of our enemies to make us understand the time that we are in. Chukwu Okike Abiama is going as far as speaking through our enemies to make us understand the time that we are in. I pray that everybody wake up. Please, as you are watching, like the video. When you like, you are actually making us to stand firm. Because in social media, most of the information we give, they don't allow it to go far. We are facing a heavy attack on social media. The only way we can overcome the attack is by you sharing and you liking. When you like, we can be able to overcome the algorithm. And we can be able to expand in our broadcast. Every information we are giving today is important. It's very important. If you are a Biafran in Biafran land, you must be at alert. We have been saying it even before the US said what they're saying. We said it. That every Biafran must be security conscious. If you see something, say something. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. We have been, how many readers are saying it? That is why I tell you that the Biafrans are on top of the game. The Biafrans are on top of whatever you see them saying today in the Zoological Republic is something that we have started preparing ahead of time. We have started preparing ourselves ahead of time for this day they are saying. For this Afghanistan scenario that is about to play out in Abuja. Afghanistan scenario is about to play out in Abuja. And the government turn a blind eye as if they don't know what is happening. Lai Mohammed will come on media and begin to talk trash. Lai Mohammed will come on media and begin to talk trash and begin to fight against those who gave him information that he's supposed to use to protect himself. The United States did not give you the intel. The United States gave the information. The intel was for their own citizen because it is about you first. And that is how the world works. I don't blame them. Every man is fighting for his or her own interest. To an extent, even in a family, you find out that people put themselves first, even before their children. So it is very, very difficult for you to see one or two people who will be able to hold themselves down and say, everybody is fighting to keep themselves on. Everybody is fighting. To your tent, oh Israel. Everybody must put their hand on the deck to defend the land and defend themselves. You must defend yourself. Put yourself first. You see, the United States, they are after their citizens. They are after their own citizens. And they want to pull their citizens out of the Zoological Republic. The UK, the same thing. They don't care about you. They don't care about you. These people don't care about you. And you have to know that. When we say that your freedom is in your hand, when we say that the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu is in our hand, this is what it means. This is just an example. They don't care about you. It is about their own interests. The alert they gave was for their citizens to be safe. They have seen the danger. They gave the information to their citizens. Then for you that had the information, it is your own advantage to utilize it well to protect yourself. But the Zoological Republic got the information. Instead, they were attacking the United States. Why must they say so? Even though when we know that every one of them are for their own interest. They are there for their interest. They will never stand for you. That's why every time I say that the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu is not in the hand of any international community. Not in the hand of any man or woman. Not in the hand of the lawyers or the judges. And we must not trust the judge. We will not trust the court of the enemy. We must not put our hope in the court of the enemy. We have to put our own interests first. It is we that will save ourselves. It is we that will save Nnamdi Kanu. And how are we going to save Nnamdi Kanu? We will save Nnamdi Kanu by intensifying our effort to bring Biafra. We have to increase our effort to bring Biafra, break it up, and take Nnamdi Kanu along with us. That is the only way we can give Nnamdi Kanu an assured freedom with security. Anything you are doing with the Zoological Republic in the name of any kind of arrangement, in the kind of any kind of plan, you are wasting your time. You are wasting your precious time. Whatever you think you are doing as a political solution, political discussion, you are digging your grave. The only thing we have to do is to continue to build on that foundation laid by Nnamdi Kanu. And when I talk about that foundation, he began to lay that foundation. And when Nnamdi Kanu started this journey, this very journey that we are embarking today, this very journey that Samuel Empa is taking us to, Nnamdi Kanu started it. Nnamdi Kanu started this journey that Samuel Empa is carrying on. And Nnamdi Kanu has always wished. His wish is that Biafra must come. That is why when he speaks, he tells you that no man born of a woman can stop the coming of Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu laid the foundation. Remember, Nnamdi Kanu have been talking about we marching, we will march. He said it time and time again. And Nnamdi Kanu, remember the 150 days prayer that Nnamdi Kanu gave us. Nnamdi Kanu said it in black and white. After the 150 days prayer, we will march. That is what he said. That after the 150 days prayer, we will march. But did they allow him? The evil men who are using the struggle for their own selfish interest, the evil men, the saboteurs that surround Nnamdi Kanu, they didn't allow him. They knew that Nnamdi Kanu was serious. They knew that Nnamdi Kanu is genuine. They knew that Nnamdi Kanu wants Biafra genuinely. He's not fighting for his own personal interest. They knew. And when they saw that Nnamdi Kanu have finally reached to the breaking point, what did they do? They sold him out. They sold him out. But it was possible because it was the time that Chukwu Okafia have appointed. It's an appointed time. The time Nnamdi Kanu was taken away was the appointed time. That was why Chukwu Okafia permitted it and told them not to touch his life. That was why he survived it. They couldn't touch his life. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taken out for arrest. In order to filter those saboteurs, to filter those department of saboteurs, those evil men who are still hanging around, hindering the struggle of Biafra, because you cannot go to war with such people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. Are there no men in Biafra anymore? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cried. He came out and cried and cried and cried. I need 100 men. And he went forward to begin to ask, is there no more men in Biafra land? When I listen to that broadcast, I shake my head. With all these people jumping from head to toe, jumping from gallivanting everywhere, all these men that are shouting, making noise today, every one of them was there. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was asking on a live broadcast before the whole world, are there no more men in Biafra land? Are there no more men? Are there no more men in Biafra land? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, I have asked Chukwu Okabia in secret. I have prayed in secret. I've asked in secret. I've called in secret. But today, I have to ask in the open. Chukwu Okabia, give me 100 men. I need 100 men. 100 men. And he went further to ask, are there no more men in Biafra land? Why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was asking this question? All of them were surrounding him. They were still all around him, making noise from east, west, north, right, and center. They were still there making noise. They were still there. They were still there sabotaging him. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was crying. On a live show, he was crying. Are there no more men in Biafra land? I am tired of broadcasting. The video is still out there. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, I am tired of broadcasting. I want to fight for my nation. I want to get my land. I want to go and fight for my nation and restore Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cried out, and Chukwu Okabia had him. Chukwu Okabia had him, and Chukwu Okabia gave him 50 men in one. 50 men in one. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was able to recognize him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw it and he picked it up. And for the assignment to be completed, Chukwu Okabia allowed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to take some rest. That is why I tell you, no man born of a woman can take away a hair from his head. They can't. They can't. Whatever happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the will of Chukwu Okabia, not the will of men. Chukwu Okabia gave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rest, and today, Mazi Samuel Ekpa, Chukwu Okabia used Mazi Samuel Ekpa to separate the chaff from the wheat, to disintegrate remove those clowns, those dark spots, remove them. Today they can't hide anymore. They can't hide anymore. All those evil men that have been holding us down, holding us bound, even when they pretend to be with us, but they're not with us. Chukwu Okabia used Mazi Samuel Ekpa to tear them out and throw them to the dustbin. And today, here are we. We are marching forward. They brought their blackmail, brought the attack from east, west, north, and south, all manner of attack. But yet, because he was anointed, he was still standing firm, building on the foundation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, that foundation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have stood strong, very, very strong. I can tell you, very, very strong. Very strong foundation. And the Janjaweed are afraid. They are scared. They know what is coming. They are afraid. They don't take us for a joke. Biafrans can take us for a joke. Other people can take us for a joke. But Janjaweed, they know. They know what they saw. And today, Mazi Samuel Ekpa is leading the charge. The armed struggle have been activated fully. It is no longer, you don't talk it and keep it. It is self-defense for us. Our self-defense is full on armed struggle. That is why any Biafran, wherever you are, if you are a well-meaning Biafra and you have conscience, this is time for you to come out and support the ESN. Support the ESN with your strength. Anything you have to give to ESN, come out and give it. Don't stop wasting your time and begin to listen to gossip. It is not time to gossip. Not time to gossip. Not time for the saboteur or whatever. It is time for you to focus on your defense. Focus on the defense of Biafra land. That is where we focus. Focus on any support you can give to the ESN. Come out and give it. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. If you are one of those that Chukwu Okabia have placed the wealth in your hand, come out and support the ESN the best way you can, and make sure that you give your best. The state that we are now, to your tent, O Israel. You have seen the United States. They are taking their people. The UK is taking their people. Canada is taking their people. Australia is taking their people. All the international communities in Nigeria, they are taking their people out. It is about interest. It is about, you don't blame them. They are protecting their own. So what do? A sensible man, what you have to do is to protect your own too. That is why every indigenous tribe in the Zulu Republic is supposed to be going back now to their base. If you're from Oduduwa land, you're supposed to be asking the Oduduwa people, what are we going to do to protect ourselves? You're from the Middle Belt, you're supposed to be building your own force. The Biafran people, we are armed to the teeth. We don't care. That is why I say we are blessed because we have people who work with time. We are blessed because Chukwu revealed to us things that we lead and others follow. We lead. You can't take Biafrans by surprise. What we see sleeping, if they wake up for 100 years, they will not see it. If they stay awake for 100 years, they can't see what we see while we are sleeping. And today, we have seen it all. We have seen the whole game playing out. The end of the zoo has come. The end has come. But the thing is that we are not going to be part of them when they are going to get to that Somalia. Nigeria becoming Somalia. Nigeria becoming Afghanistan. It has arrived. It is fully arrived. All they are waiting for you to hear announcement from the Asorock. That is what most of you are waiting for. All you're waiting for is one day you just wake up in your sleep and you hear announcement coming from Asorock that the terrorists have taken over. Are you going to be surprised when you hear such? No, you can't be surprised because already they have an insider. The terrorists are in Asorock already. I am not just the one saying it. Somebody said it in their own conventional media on channel television of all people. A chief security officer on channel television said it that members of Boko Haram are in Asorock. I wish I can get my hand on the video and play it so that you can hear directly. As members of Boko Haram are in Asorock, they are governors, they are everywhere. So when you wake up tomorrow and you hear an announcement from Asorock that now ISWAP is in charge, don't be surprised. They have tested the waters in so many places. They have come to Abuja, to one of the most secure places, Kuje prison, and they rescued people. Nothing was done. Nobody attacked them. Nobody attacked them. They attacked the presidential convoy. Nobody killed them. They went to the international airport. They paraded and they left. Nobody killed them. They attacked the train. Nobody did anything. They have tested all the waters. They have tested all the waters. All their focus now is Abuja. And they're going to take over. And why are they succeeding? Are you surprised? Exactly the same thing you are seeing in Afghanistan already. The military, I pity those people from the southern part of Nigeria who are still in their military. I pity those people from the southern part of Nigeria who are still wearing their military uniform, walking about, pretending to be military men. I pity you because you are endangering your life. I pity you. Anybody from Biafra land mainly who is still serving in the military today, sorry, you are as good as dead. You are as good as dead. Because the same people you are serving will put the gun on your head and they will shoot you. That's what is going to happen. The same people you are serving and protecting, they are going to put a gun in your head and they will shoot you. When we say certain things, we say it will seem as if we are making it up. But this is what is happening. This is what even military men are confessing already. A lot of military men have come to confess that their fellow military men will stay at the back while they are in the war front and they will open fire on them and shoot them. So many of them who were not lucky to die, they came out and said what they saw. You were there. The Zoleka Republic used their terrorist government and they were employing terrorists into the military. Every time the only news you'll be hearing is repentant Boko Haram, repentant Boko Haram. Repent from where? From what to what? Repenting from what? How do a terrorist repent? Repenting from what? A terrorist that his own agenda is jihad. What is he repenting from? From what to what? What is he repenting to? How can you just wake up and you say that somebody, a terrorist, repented from what to what? By the way, from what to what? And not only that they repented, you took them and you introduced into the military. And every one of us saw when somebody came on the national television and tell us that if a Boko Haram member repents, he can be a president of a country. That is the one Nigeria we are talking about. That if a member of Boko Haram repents, he can be the president of Nigeria. And still, you see somebody from the southern part of Nigeria, mainly a Biafran, talking about one Nigeria, talking about election. It is so sad. Even with all this terror attack you are seeing, with all this terror, all this alert you are hearing from all angles, some of them are still busy campaigning and talking about the election. They are still battling to begin to push their election because that is the only thing they know. That is the only way they know they can be able to make ends meet. To steal money. Those who have already started foreseeing where they are going to steal. So many of them have already started targeting the ministry they are going to steal the money from. They've already calculated how much they're going to make in a year. That is why when you issue terror alerts, they don't even care. They don't care. All they are focused on that their fraudulent life. Instead, they come to their conventional media and they play it down. They say, "Don't mind why US is always talking, give him this one." I don't leave my hope on the US. Neither do I trust them or whatever. US, whatever they are, but you cannot deny the fact that US have more intelligence than you do. I don't lay my hope on the United States. Neither do I trust them. They are as evil as the zoo themselves, because it is them that are sponsoring the terrorists indirectly. Any government that is selling arms to Nigeria is sponsoring terrorists. The same way they supplied arms to Afghanistan. At the end of the day, they ran away and left the arms to them. That is what they're doing in Nigeria. Today, you see them, after supplying to Kanu jet, you are running away with your own people. You are taking away your diplomat and taking away all your citizens out of Nigeria. After you have supplied weapons to a terrorist that we have been shouting. We have been shouting and shouting and shouting that the Zoological Republic, the government is a terrorist government. A terrorist government that everybody knows. You supplied ammunition to them. And today, you heard about terror attack and you saw an intel of a terror. Then you are taking your citizens out. The same thing they did in Afghanistan. Supply them weapon. After supplying weapon, you left them and run away. And today you want to replicate the same thing in Nigeria. That is the own business. For we Biafra, we don't hope on anybody. We hope only on Chukwu Okadiamo. Only Chukwu Okadiamo is our stronghold, and we're going to fight our battle, and we win. We will fight our battle, and we are going to win. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. It doesn't matter what anybody is doing. It doesn't matter. The most concern, our concern now is our people. Biafra is my concern. It's about interest. I must tell you, everything you see on the planet Earth today is about interest. You must put yourself first. So when you see this Western world putting themselves first, don't blame them all. Don't blame them. I don't blame them. After all, when Donald Trump came to the United Nations, Donald Trump came to the United States and said, I am going to put the United States first. You put your own country first. That was what Donald Trump told them in the United Nations when he went to make a speech. He said he's going to put the United States first. That it is his responsibility to put the United States first in anything he's doing or any discussion. So you put your own country first. And I'm telling you the same thing today. As a Biafran, you must put Biafra first in anything you are doing. That is why you must not even talk about Peter Obi. You must not even talk about anybody that talking about you. Use that person near you, give him a dirty slap. Anybody talking about obedient or whatever near you, if he's close to you, give him a dirty slap to walk away from you. You must, because Peter Obi is somebody who cannot put his own people first. He cannot have that confidence to speak and put himself, even when before him, the Fulanis are putting themselves first, putting their own people first. But Peter Obi cannot put his own religion first. And yet, you are talking about, you are still having hope that he's going to save you. You're a madman. You're a madman. My message to every Biafran, to your 10th Israel, is every man to himself. That is what the zoo has become today. Every man to himself. Every man to himself. It is every man to himself. If you're in the zoo today, every man to himself. And what you have to do, if you know what you will do to defend yourself and defend your people, do it. Put yourself first. If you're a Biafran, it must be Biafra first in your mind before anything. If you are from Oduduwa land, it is your Oduduwa first. You are from the Middle Belt, it is your Middle Belt first. Let everybody put themselves first before anybody. That is how the world works. That is how it works. There's no two ways about it. And when you decide to put something else first, it is your business. If you decide to sell yourself out, you leave, instead of putting Biafra first, you are putting one Nigeria first. Even when you know that the one Nigeria is not, you are not part of it. They don't have you in the agenda. You are not in the business of the one Nigeria. There is no, they don't include you in anything they are doing. They don't include you. They do not include you in any discussion. You are not included. You are not included. You know that very well, and yet you are putting them first. Whatever happened to you, you are responsible for it. Your blood will be upon your head. Your blood will be upon your head. Today, you must put yourself first. As a Biafran, you put Biafra first. That is why Nnamdi Kanu use that word, that Biafra is our religion. Sometimes Nnamdi Kanu speaks in parable. He speaks in parable. Only the wise will understand what Nnamdi Kanu means. The wise ones will know what Nnamdi Kanu means anytime he's saying it. To your tent, O Israel, Nnamdi Kanu say, Biafra is our religion. What it means is that you have to, if you know the way, you see how people defend their religion. You see the Muslims talk about their religion, they are ready to die for it. The same way Christians, the way they defend their religion. Biafra should be the first thing in your life, first thing before anything. Biafra should be the original religion you have before any other religion comes. Biafra should be. When you hear Biafra is a religion, what it means that Biafra first. That is literally meaning. You must talk about your Biafranness first. Your Biafranness matters than anything that anybody can tell you. Your Biafranness should matter than anything any human being anywhere will tell you. And that is how it works. That is how it's supposed to work. If you decide to relegate Biafra to the background, you are digging your grave. If you decide to relegate Biafra to the background, you are digging your grave because your enemy knows whom you are. Even as you're pretending to be one Nigeria, they know that you are a hardcore Biafran. And when the time comes, you will be the first one to take out. You'll be the first one to be taken out. Those of you who are sabotaging the struggle, those of you who are standing in between, pretending to be one Nigeria, the caliphate, when they come, they will take you first. You are going to be the sacrificial lamb. You think they're going to trust you? You think they will trust you? Think again. If you think they will trust you, think again. When you sabotage your own brother and you think all of a sudden that the caliphate will trust you, you are a dreamer. Keep on dreaming. You are a damn dreamer. That is what you are. No man born of a woman that denies his identity will survive it. That is the beginning of your fall. When you start denying who you are, that is where your end start coming. Everybody that is a Biafran today that is denying to be Biafran, watch them and see how they're going to end up. Including those that are in politics, those that are doing one thing or the other. Whatever they are doing and they are denying Biafra, that will mark their end. Go and see how they're going to end up. But as for those of us who knows who we are, we know whom we are and we are not shy about it. We are not hiding it. We speak in the open and we speak in the hidden places. As Biafrans, we know our enemies and they know us. They dare not come near us. We are terror to them. That is why you must be bold. It is either you are cold or you're warm. You can't be lukewarm. Either you are hot or you're cold. Either you're Biafra or not a Biafran. It's just like people who are hiding under. You are talking about Biafra. You don't want to show your face. You are hiding. Even you are hiding. You can't be bold enough to come out as a Biafran and claim to be Biafran. You see a lot of people. They will hide under their keyboard. They only hide and talk about Biafra. But when they want to talk about one Nigeria, you see them with their face. They come and talk about one Nigeria with their face. They support P2B and support all the nonsense doing in that Zululand Republic. But when they want to talk about Biafra, they go and hand out the keyboard. You see them typing. Just to trend. They use Biafra as a platform for them to make money, as a platform for them to seek for their material gain. But when they come to the issue of Nigeria, you see them with their face. They will come and defend evil. Defend evil. But when it comes to standing for the truth, stand for who you are, you'll be hiding with a mask. Are you for real? Are you for real? But I don't blame them. It's Biafrans that go to such platform that I blame. It is Biafrans that go to such platform. Every Biafran, you are supposed to be in a platform where you will see the person you are talking to. Be in a platform where you will see the person you are talking to so that you'll be sure that this person is truly a Biafran. Not somebody who will hide under a keyboard. He will talk to you as a Biafran, but he has another platform where he will go and talk with his face as a Nigerian. That is what so many of them do. They will hide, use picture and voice to talk as a Biafran. But when it comes to the issue of Nigeria, they will come with their face and talk as a Nigerian. That is why the time that we are in is a time that every eye must be open. Put yourself first. To your tent, O Israel, every man to himself. It's either you are a Biafran or you're not a Biafran. It's either you are fighting for Biafra or you're not fighting for Biafra. You can't be fighting for Biafra and at the same time you are fighting for the zoo. You can't be in between. There's no way you can serve two masters. You must hate one and love one. And that is how we have so many infiltrators. That is how we have so many infiltrators. That is how we have so many infiltrators from all angles, from all corners. So many infiltrators performing one evil or the other. You see somebody will hide on that keyboard and be claiming to be a spokesperson. You are hiding under a keyboard. Biafra, a nation like Biafra, a nation that have existed before, a nation that is still existing, a nation that is Biafra, a nation, 170 million people. You are hiding on that keyboard as a spokesperson of Biafra. We don't know your address. We don't know your name. We don't know where you come from. We don't know. And you are claiming to be the spokesman of Biafra. Are you not mad? And you still see people listening to such idiots. But today, you see Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa, a full-fledged Biafran. You can see him speak boldly. See him speak boldly on video. We know his job. We know his office. We know his address. Every of his address is known. We know his phone number. You can talk to him every day. We discuss with him every day. He is not hiding. The same with Nnamdi Kanu. We know Nnamdi Kanu home. We know where he come from. We know who he is. We know his area. We know his job. We know his capability. That is Nnamdi Kanu. But you see some other people, nobody knows anything about them. No history about them. But yet, they hide on that keyboard. You can't even see their face. You can't even see their picture, know whom they are. And yet, you are looking at them, you are obeying them. You are going to their platform to listen. Are you not sick? Let me tell you, the struggle today is about interest. The struggle of the planet Earth, in this planet that we are, it is about interest. And you don't blame people. Everybody's fighting for himself. Including the international community that you're expected to come and fight for you. They are fighting for themselves. It is them first. They put themselves first before any other person. That is why you see the United States coming to Nigeria to take their citizens, because it is their responsibility to save their citizens. It is their responsibility to save their own citizens. Are you going to blame them for that? Are you blame them? Why are they taking out their citizens? Okay, they should endanger their citizens because of your own madness. Are you not crazy? See the UK taking their citizens, they don't care. They come and take out their citizens. That is now why you begin to see that we are different. And that is where you begin to see the hand of Britain in the kingdom of Nnamdi Kanu. The hand of the British is in the kingdom of Nnamdi Kanu. Because Nnamdi Kanu is their citizen. Their citizen kidnapped in Kenya, sent to Nigeria through extraordinary edition. And since then, not even a sanction. They couldn't even give Nigeria a sanction. Instead, they are still inviting the fake Buhari to London. All their officials are still going to London. They are still behaving as if nothing is happening. And today, they are issuing terror alert. After the terror alert, they are taking away their diplomats. After the terror alert, they are taking away, and they have forgotten that they have a citizen in the DSS. British is taking out their people from the Zoological Republic, all their citizens in Zoological Republic, and they forgot they have a citizen in the hand of the terror, a citizen that have been granted freedom. British have forgotten that their citizen, Nnamdi Kanu, has been proved innocent, have been released. He has been granted bail. Their citizen, who was kidnapped from Kenya, has been discharged and acquitted in the Zoological Republic. Yet, they are taking their own citizens out, and they forgot about him. They didn't mention him. Now you see, there is nothing like your own. Even when you are holding other countries' citizens, they still put you as second class. It is only Biafra. Biafra is the only hope. It is only Biafra, when we got Biafra, that Biafra can come and stand for you any place in the world. Only when Biafra come, Biafra can come and stand for you. Any part of the world where you have a problem, Biafra will come for you. Just the way other people do. Just the way other people do. When you are having a second-class citizen, they call it a citizen, a second-class citizen of another country. Whether you have their passport or you married or whatever, they still see you as a second-class citizen, and they cannot treat you with their first-class citizen. They can't treat you the same. They won't treat you the same. If not, as they are evacuating their people, the first person they should evacuate from Abuja should be Nnamdi Kanu. If British were sensible, if they were neutral, if they had conscience, the first person they should be talking about should be Nnamdi Kanu. Somebody who was kidnapped with their passport, their citizen. And even the court in that same country have said, let him go. And yet, the terror alert came. You are evacuating your people. You are not talking about him. You are evacuating your people. You are not talking about him. Whatever plan they are orchestrating, whatever plan they have, whatever plan they are making, in that Abuja, it is not going to work for them. We turn their plan upside down. Any plan they are making in that Abuja that has to affect Nnamdi Kanu, will turn it upside down. I have always said it, that all things work for good to them that Lord Chukwuka. Each time they make a move to work against Biafra, it always turns out for our own good. Go and check. Each time they make a move to press us down or to oppress us, it always reverses back and turns out to our own good. And it will continue to be so. It will continue to be so. Go and check. Anytime they make that their move, it will always turn against them. But you that is a Biafran, you must stand firm. The stage that we are now is a critical stage. You must be security conscious. Mainly our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, you must pay attention to your environment. Pay attention. You have seen that the kidnapping have intensified. I have been saying it before. I've been saying that this Fulani herdsmen warning that we're hearing before, we had the prelate that was kidnapped. He came and told us they are waiting for order. We had another person came and make a confession of kidnapping. We had a confession that the Fulanis have surrounded everywhere. All of a sudden, we got to their election. We are not hearing it again. I was asking, where are those Fulanis? Have they suddenly disappeared? Have they suddenly disappeared? All of a sudden, you see they have resumed attack. They have resumed attack, starting from Benue State, and now in the Ebonyi State. They have resumed attack, kidnapping left, right, left, and center, taking the life of innocent people. And the government turned a blind eye as if they don't know what is happening. Instead, they are focused. They are focused on pursuing people who have come to fight against this insecurity. The ESN, Nnamdi Kanu formed the ESN, not to fight the police, not to fight the army, not to fight. ESN was formed to fight against the terrorists in the bushes. We saw what they were doing. These terrorists were in our bushes, killing our farmers, raping women, killing our mothers. Nnamdi Kanu won. Nnamdi Kanu wrote to Southeast governors, form a security outfit to protect your people. Since the government doesn't want to protect them, they turn a blind eye because they are still in the business with the caliphate. They turn a blind eye. So Nnamdi Kanu went extra mile to create that very security outfit. After Nnamdi Kanu have created that security outfit, instead of them to embrace it and empower it, they turn against it. Their people, their slave master gave him a call. Why is he allowing him to open a security outfit? And they begin to fight against Nnamdi Kanu from all corners. And the day Nnamdi Kanu launched the ESN, he said it, the duty of the ESN is in the bushes. They have no business in the cities. They will remain in the bush, protecting our farmers, protecting our mothers who go to stream, protecting our land, making sure that the terrorists do not have any land to occupy. That is their intention, that is their mission. But instead of people embracing this mission of fighting against terrorists, what did they do? The terrorist government now gave the terrorist uniform. They gave them uniform in the form of military men and they pushed them to Biafra land. They gave them uniform and pushed them to Biafra land to destroy lives. And what did you see today? They are busy destroying lives in Biafra land, killing innocent people, destroying properties, burning homes and markets. But remember the promise of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu said, as they move into Biafra land, As they move in and begin to chase the ESN, that they will leave their flank open and the terrorists will take over. The terrorists will take over fully. They will take over fully in the north. And they will not have a home to return to. When we chase them out, they will not have a, before they go back to fall back on whatever they have, they will not have a home to return. And that is what is going to play out. That message of Nnamdi Kanu is unfolding. As they have shifted all their ammunition to Biafra land, shift all their military to Biafra, all their forces in Biafra land, now their flank is open and the terrorists are about to take over. The terrorists are about to take over. That is the security alert you're hearing. And as the terrorists is taking over, we are counting 128 days for us to get into Biafra. When we drive them away from Biafra, they will not have a home to return to. When we chase these evil men away, because the ESN is going to chase them, that one is written already. It is written. Chukwu Okabema have written it. This is a template written by Chukwu Okabema, handed to Nnamdi Kanu. And Nnamdi Kanu transferred it to Simon Ekpa today. Simon Ekpa is building on that foundation laid by Nnamdi Kanu. And that template is what we are playing. The Biafran people are we are ready. We're more than ready. The men on the ground are more than enough. Volunteer force. More people are still volunteering. Even though ESN is not recruiting, but more people are still willing to volunteer. All you have to do wherever you are today is to prepare yourself. All you have to do, any place you are, is to prepare yourself and support the ESN. The ESN fundraising is coming up. Join the fundraising. The fundraising of ESN is coming up. Join the fundraising. Any support you can give, your widow's mite is important. No matter how small. The ESN fundraising is coming. I think it's tomorrow. It's coming up tomorrow. Join the fundraising and support. If you have been blessed, in any way you have been blessed, this is the time for you to show appreciation for what Chukwu Okabema has done for you. No amount is too small. Support the ESN now. These are a group of volunteers. You are not paying them. When we are talking of giving them support, you are not paying them. It's not a salary. You are not paying them. This is just a support you are giving to them. This is a support that you are giving to them. Give them a support. Give them a boost. They need tools. They need tools. Only the tools is what they need. That tools. That's what they're asking for. They are not asking for salary. They're not asking for salary. They need tools. These are people who have given their life. They gave their own life. They gave their own life to protect you and I, to make sure we have a land where we will return to. The only thing they demand from you is support. Let us rally down and give them the tools they need. If you know that you have been blessed in any way, that wealth that Chukwu Okabema gave you, he gave you that wealth because of the time that we are in. Chukwu Okabema did not give you that wealth for you to go and become, to go and take chieftaincy title. The major reason why Chukwu Okabema placed wealth in the hand of many Biafrans is not because of going to go and take chieftaincy title. Going to answer 183 order. The only 183 order we know today is Chukwu Okabema. Every title today belongs to Chukwu Okabema. If you want to take a title, write your name in gold by supporting the ESN. Write your name in gold by supporting the ESN, either in open or in secret. Don't wait for commendation. The link is there for you to make your payment. The link is there for you to donate to ESN. Go to the flyer, you see the link. Even when the fundraising is not going on, anytime, go there and make your donation. Join the fundraising and support the ESN the best way you can. It is now or never. Don't be afraid of anything. We are in a very critical time, but you don't have to be afraid, because it is a time that Chukwu Okabema have made possible. There is time for everything. There is a time for everything on the planet Earth. A time to live, a time to die, a time to suffer, a time to enjoy, a time to sleep, a time to be awake, a time to fight, a time to play. There is a time for everything in the planet Earth. Today, we are in a time that we have to fight and defend our land. That is the time that we're in. We are in a time that every one of us will put our resources together to fight and make sure that we redeem our land. That is the time that we're in. And if you are part of that time, you should play your own role and make sure you write your name in gold. Make sure you are seen doing something. You are seen doing something one way or the other. If you are autopiloted, if you're one of those that Chukwu Okabema is directing, I used to say it that autopilot, when you hear autopilot, it means Chukwu Okabema in charge. Autopilot is not a human, it's not just a group of people, it's not just an organization. It is not. It is Chukwu Okike Abiama in charge, a group of people controlled by Chukwu Okike Abiama. If you know that thing Chukwu Okike Abiama is putting in your heart to do, to make Biafra come, start doing it now. Stop waiting for any direction. If you know that thing that Chukwu Okike Abiama is putting in your heart, that you should do this thing to help Biafra coming, do this thing to support the coming of Biafra, do it. If it's financially, prayerfully, in any way at all, start doing it. Stop waiting for commendation. Just do it. Whatever Chukwu Okike Abiama is putting in your heart to do, start doing it now. Now, not tomorrow. Start doing it now. There's no time. There's no time. There's no time. No matter what they do, no matter what they can never ever stop us. They can't stop us. They can't stop us. And I tell you, do not hope on the court of the enemy. Do not put your trust in the court of the enemy. Do not put your trust in any human being. Do not put your trust in any human being, mainly in the court of the enemy. Whatever their court is saying, whatever they are saying in their court, don't put your hope in it. The life of Nnamdi Kanu and his freedom is in your hand, it's in my hand. It's in your hand, it's in my hand. You must not listen to anything apart from that. That is why I'm not bothered about whatever is coming from their court. I'm not bothered about their court response or whatever the lawyers or judges are saying. I'm not bothered. Because I know that the mantle is in our hand to release Nnamdi Kanu. And the freedom that Nnamdi Kanu will enjoy is the freedom that we give to him by making sure that Biafra becomes a reality in 2023. 128 days to go. 128 days to go. Put it in 120, and the water will continue. Water will continue until we get Biafra and Nnamdi Kanu joins us. Until Nnamdi Kanu come out, the flag of Biafra in his hand, the water will continue. Water to the highest level. Water to high definition. And after that, they will never have a home to return. Nnamdi Kanu said it in his prayers. He said it. Nnamdi Kanu described it. He said, they are going to open their flanks and they will push to Biafra land. That we are going to draw them to Biafra land. That's what Nnamdi said. One of the strategies that Nnamdi Kanu mentioned, that we draw them down, we draw them closer. And as they are running, because these people are dumb, they are dumb like cows, that they will come. They will come. Nnamdi Kanu said they will come. They will definitely come. It doesn't matter what you say, they will come. But as they come to Biafra land, that they will open their flanks. Iswap and all of them will occupy their land. They will occupy the north. They will take over power in the north. And after we have dealt with them and chased them out from Biafra land, they will not have a home to return to. By then, it's all over. And our Oduduwa brothers, they should be doing their task also. Our Oduduwa brothers are protecting their own area also. The warning you had from the US is not a joke. Don't be deceived by the Zoological Republic and what their Minister of Information is saying. Don't be deceived with what Lai Mohammed is saying. Do not be deceived with whatever Lai Mohammed is. This threat that the United States is telling about is a real threat. You can hate the United States, you can like them, but as for security information, they have it. Technology, they have it. You can't compare. They are second to none. They have the technology, they have the information. There's no doubt about it. Even though I don't trust them, even though I'm not hoping on them, even though I don't believe them, but I know they have information. Because they are part of the plan. They are part of the evil. They are part of the evil. They are the ones that are supplying the ammunition that the terrorists are using. While we were busy writing and telling them about the Zoological, we have been shouting. Even Nnamdi Kanu, while he was, have been shouting that the Zoological Republic is a terrorist country. The country is in the hand of terrorists. We have been shouting and shouting and shouting. Even in the midst of that shouting, Biden went and gave them to Kano jet, supplied ammunition to them. A terrorist government. And all of a sudden today, you are issuing a security alert and you are taking away your citizens because it's about interest. You are taking away your own citizens. Now, those citizens, now you have supplied ammunition for the terrorists to kill. You left them to their own fate. You see, it's about interest. Today, to your own tent, O Israel, every man to himself. If you are a Biafran, fall back to your Biafran zone and begin to protect it. You are from Ududua land, fall back to Ududua land and begin to protect it. You have a middle belt, fall down to the middle belt and begin to protect it. If you're from Arewa, focus on your Arewa. That is the right thing to do. Put yourself first before any other thing. That is how life functions. In this planet Earth, you must put yourself first. It is about interest. Interest. You can deny it for all I care. That is why sometimes when you don't, that's why you don't waste your time blaming Western country. You don't waste your time blaming them. What you have to do something to protect yourself. Do your own. They are doing their own for their own interest. What about your own interest? What are you doing to protect your own interest? What are you doing to protect your own interest? Are you just busy blaming them? What? That is why when you see all these obedient people, mad people everywhere, mad people, you are supporting somebody who cannot even protect his own ethnic group. A man that cannot be bold enough to say, I am an Igbo man. If you want to vote me, vote me. If you don't want to vote me, it's up to you. But I'm an Igbo man, I would be an Igbo man. A man that cannot make a case for his own kingsmen. His own kingsmen have been released and say, this child is acquitted. Yet, he could not open mouth and talk about it. But if Nnamdi Kanu was to be from the south or from the north, he would have talked about it. His own brother have been freed and they refused to let him go. They are still holding him for no just cause. And he dare not open his mouth and talk about Nnamdi Kanu. And such a person, you think that such a person is going to make a change? You somehow still think that such a person is going to make a change. Such a person is still going to do something that will be effective. You are wasting your goddamn time. You don't know what you are doing. May Chukwu Okaba have mercy on you. And I pray that you recover on time. Every Biafran that is watching the video, share the video, share it on your platform, share to family and friend, share to even our enemies, share, let them hear. We don't have time for Biafra enemy, our inside enemy. We don't have time for them. Today we are focusing on the real enemy outside. When Biafra comes, we will have a rule of law. Every one of them will face the court in Biafra land. That is why we don't pay attention to them anymore. We pay attention to the real enemy. When Biafra comes, we will have a rule of law. We cannot function like Janjaweed. Where law doesn't work. We have a law in Biafra land. And everything you are doing today, you go to the court and face it. If the court says you are innocent, so be it. But if you are guilty, you will face the music. But for us to begin to focus on our people now, to hand them over to Janjaweed, it's not possible. We don't do that. We don't do that. Just like other Western world are doing. United States is protecting their own. No matter the crime their person commits, they will pull the person out and take him back home to go and serve. The same thing with the UK, the same thing with Australia. No matter what their citizen does, they don't care. Whatever he commits, they don't care. They will pull that person out. Even if he commits murder, commits drug case, they will take him out. Come and serve him in your country. That is what we do. That is what Biafra will do. We are not focused on the Biafran people. We are focused on the real enemy. It is about interest today. You that is watching me, ask yourself a question. What are you doing to make sure that Biafra comes? If you have not started doing something, try and get something. Get something that when you ask yourself that question, you will remember one thing and say, I did this. Make sure you have one thing that when you ask yourself, what have I done to support the Biafra struggle? What have I done to make sure that this Biafra that is coming in 128 days will come? What have I done? Ask yourself that question and begin to think. If you have not done anything, go and do something. If you have done something, increase that thing that you have done. Anything that Chukwu Okabia put in your heart to do for the coming of Biafra, start doing it. Don't wait. Start doing it. The fundraising is coming up tomorrow. Go and join the fundraising. Support the ESN the best way you can. Support the ESN. It is a right investment to make. It is the investment of life for your future, for your unborn generation. Write your name in gold, and Chukwu Okabia will bless you richly. I appreciate everybody who have been patient on this very broadcast of this minute. I thank you so much for being there for me. I appreciate you. If you are watching from Biafra land, I say, may Chukwu Okabia continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you. If you are watching from any part of the world, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, wherever you are watching and you're in Biafra, you are going to see Biafra. You not only see it, you walk into Biafra and celebrate in Biafra land. Our Ududua brothers that are watching, I appreciate every one of you. And if you are watching and walking towards your freedom, you will see Ududua in your lifetime. If you're from the middle belt, you are going to witness freedom in your lifetime. Anybody that is watching from any part of the world and you are genuinely seeking for freedom, you will see freedom in your lifetime. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our able men on the ground, the men that are fighting day and night for you and I, the men who are standing in gap for us, the men who have given their own life for you and I, for us to have a home. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect them. May Chukwu Okike build a wall of fire around them. No evil shall befall them. No evil shall befall them. No evil shall befall them. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect Sunday Igboho, secure him, give him more wisdom and strength to continue to fight until the end. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our brother Master Simon Ekpa, the spokesperson of Biafra, the dragon, the disciple of Master Nnamdi Kanu. Wherever he is, may Chukwu Okike continue to give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. May Chukwu Okike continue to increase his mental toughness. May Chukwu Okike continue to show him words, give him words to speak to us. Wherever Master Simon Ekpa is, any attack against him will never stand. Just as Chukwu Okike have been guiding him, he will continue to guide him. He will continue to build a wall of fire around him. No missile against him, both spiritual and physically, will have effect. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our supreme leader, Master Nnamdi Kanu. Wherever our supreme leader is at this material hour, at this minute, may Chukwu Okike send his angels to carry him in his pen. May Chukwu Okike put him in the palm, carry him and cover him. No plans of the enemy will have effect on him. Every poison they have placed in his body, every poison they have injected him, every poison they have fed him with, Chukwu Okike will send doctors spiritually to begin to heal Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Whatever poison they have injected into his body, whatever food that is poison they have given him, Chukwu Okike will send doctors spiritually to begin to minister to him and begin to cleanse him up. Chukwu Okike, we beg you to hold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in your palm as you have been holding him. You have been covering Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from the attack in his home up to Kenya, and you brought him to the zoo. Today, we are still on the struggle. We call on Chukwu Okike to bear Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in his hand. Cover him as he has been already covering him. No weapon, no attack. Every plan, every strategical plan in Abuja against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu must never stand. It will never ever stand. Whatever plan they are making against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu can never stand. It will turn against them. That sword they are trying to use is going to turn against them. Whatever plan they make will turn against them. May Chukwu Okike secure Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, give him more strength, long life in the land of the living, bring him back to us very, very soon. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. I say no weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate every one of you. We're going to see you again tomorrow, same time tomorrow. Today I came late. I'm very sorry today. I had a program. We're having a meeting today. So I just left the meeting to come and do my broadcast. That was why I came late, because of the meeting we are having on our Autopilot Media Group. We are having a meeting. That was why I came late. And Autopilot is going to be having a combined media broadcast also. You can also join us on that combined media broadcast and keep on supporting. Each time you come to the platform, share information, like and share. That is the way we can overcome the challenges we are facing. We have a great challenge. We have a great challenge. On the media, Biafran information are not allowed to go far. For you to overcome it, it takes all these likes and sharing for us to overcome it. When you continue to like and you are sharing, we will break the algorithm. It cannot stop us anymore. They will not have no choice but than to notify people to come and watch. I appreciate every one of you who have been able to participate on this very program from the beginning to end. Thank you so much. I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.